Hey guys, welcome to my channel again. Today I'm going to be speaking about the death of the dollar. I know it's going to be a very hard topic to discuss, but I think it's something that we really need to discuss so that we can get a handle of it and understand what's really going on. So let's get to it. The idea of a cashless society has been around for many years. However, the coronavirus pandemic has sped up the discussions to create a digital dollar. On June 30th, 2020, the Senate Banking Committee held a hearing on the future of the dollar and how to use digital dollar options for possible future stimulus payments. It was just last year when the CEO of Bank of America said, "We want a cashless society." Big banks and financial institutions would reap huge benefits beyond saving on the costs of printing, transacting in coins and paper, as well as transporting them. They would have more data to track and control the money supply. They can easily deposit the digital dollar into your account and they can easily take it out, giving the government top-down power to control your currency. I will get back to this a little later on. Already stressed by the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic, US living standards are about to be squeezed as never before. Jerome Powell has already stated that the unemployment will stay high going into 2022. The saying of "don't let a crisis go to waste" is coming to my mind right now when thinking about this. There will be a wealth transfer unlike we have ever seen before. Those who aren't ready for this transition would be left stranded, while those who are well prepared will position themselves in a better financial state. We have seen a coin shortage, which makes many people speculating that they will no longer be needed in the future. The coin shortage does have a reasonable explanation though. Given the lockdown and social distancing orders, smaller businesses are losing out to the likes of Amazon and other online services, so coins are being used much less, which makes sense. There's also the fear that currency can carry the virus and thereby making it dangerous for people to handle. Some stores like Whole Foods have stopped accepting cash altogether to avert the spread of the virus. The Fed has stated private businesses are free to develop their own policies on whether to accept cash unless there's a state law that says otherwise. That's straight from the horse's mouth. The pressures to create a digital US dollar are mounting in China, the second largest economy in the world. They recently began testing its own digital currency, the Digital Currency Electronic Payment, DCEP, which will be included in popular applications like WeChat and Alipay. Of particular concern is widespread adoption of a digital yuan in emerging markets and in international trade as well. And what has been the most official announcement to date, China's Communist Party mouthpiece, People's Daily, they recently published a story introducing the DCEP system, stating that the app's functions also include digital currency exchange, wallet management and transaction records, as well as basic payment receiving and collecting. It could also become a valuable instrument for the Chinese government for monetary policy, as well as tracking money. The DCEP will function both as legal tender and electronic payment. Like physical cash, eventually retailers will not be allowed to refuse it. Here in the US, for those who are unfamiliar, the Digital Dollar Project is a joint venture between Accenture and the Digital Dollar Foundation, a nonprofit created by J. Christopher Giancarlo, a former chairman of the Commodity Futures Trading Commission. Its single mission is to advance the exploration of a United States central bank digital currency. So what does this mean for the US physical dollar in your wallet right now? A crash in the dollar is coming, in my opinion. Think of all the dollars that are being printed to stimulate the economy and the stimulus packages to save companies from going bankrupt. Up to date, more than $6 trillion has been created to try to save the economy. However, it hasn't been enough. The government would be forced to print even more currency to try to keep the economy afloat until the day of reckoning comes. The Fed's balance sheet is moving in a parabolic move upwards. as history teaches us what goes up must come down. I'm not trying to scare you or over sensationalize the situation. I know there's been many videos out there talking about the crash of the dollar and the economy. I am simply trying to analyze the data and present it to you so that you can make a wise decision with your finances and where you see the dollar going. Right now, we are in a recession/depression. We will eventually see inflation rise higher because there would be more dollars chasing fewer goods. In turn, those goods will rise in price, making it more expensive to buy them with the same dollar. The move away from a physical dollar to a digital dollar is seen as a tool for digital supremacy. MasterCard is already moving to create new ATMs that would accept alternative payment transactions. So what does this actually mean? The digital dollar makes it easier to track and control every transaction and to regulate it by a centralized government. This means less privacy. This makes people less likely to be willing to accept the digital dollar. However, governments around the world would love to have this control over their population. Unfortunately, whether we like it or not, we are heading towards a digital dollar and eventually towards a one world currency that would be centralized to a single source. America's currency is losing its exceptionalism and its status as the world's reserve currency. Those of us who know scripture know that a one world currency in the form of a mark would be forcefully implemented by the Antichrist, according to Revelation chapter 13. This prophecy is 2,000 years old and is slowly being fulfilled in our lifetime. While this might not be the one world currency system spoken in scripture, it surely does mean the groundwork is being laid down to make it easier for this to be implemented in the future. So what should you do? In my opinion, I think that the two most safest assets to get into right now are gold and silver and also Bitcoin. Those are things that I think will eventually rise in value in comparison to the United States dollar, because the United States dollar is already going down in its value, and I think that gold and silver is going to rise even higher in comparison to the dollar. And we can already see the rise in gold and silver prices and also Bitcoin. That's just my opinion. If you have been following me, you know that I'm into gold and silver and Bitcoin. If you agree with me, leave a comment down below. If you disagree, leave a comment down below as well. Let me know either way. And I would like to hear your thoughts on this whole situation and where you see the dollar heading towards. Thanks for watching my video. Please hit that like button and subscribe to my channel. And I'll see you in the next video.